you know,
this is not
kicking in
carrying
nuts
over to
because
the
I
next
felt like
term?
something could have been covered better.
That's something we're gonna cover
Probably
is like
could.
how different judges have different procedure or preferences in court, and you're probably one of the sorry
Then
about
maybe
that.
not. It doesn't
One of the
matter.
number one things that I think is really important that everybody realize inside of the courtroom. Number one lesson, and we tell this to the the lawyers all the fucking time.
Why
The
is it
number
like
one
this?
skill that a lawyer has to learn to be successful in court is to read the room.
I know
The judge is doing it the entire time. Sorry, go ahead.
I just asked the judge. I asked them if I'm allowed to do if we do narratives and if we can ask questions. I just am straightforward with that kind of
just
stuff to the
ask.
judge. And
literally, if you don't know, just ask. That's all that any judge can ask for.
I just didn't realize it was a thing until I got up
That
there.
is a thing that they could do. 100%. Yeah.
Yeah, I had no idea. I figured
Narrative
like,
versus
oh, we have
adversarial. You don't get to have both. Some people are really picky about that. When I did learning court, I kind of knew who was at like the narrative and asking two questions thing, and then eventually like tried to transition them to adversarial to help them learn how to do better.
List. I need to buy
So like I did baby steps to get to that point from narrative to adversarial testimony.
Yeah, because I think it was Den who did the narrative. I'm like, dude, you missed a major fucking point, man.
And oh man, you needed that ability to ask that question to get there, and you couldn't, huh?
I couldn't. No,
yeah, it's really important, isn't it?
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, so I would have got it out in the first fucking run, but I mean, for someone that doesn't really know what legal's looking for and how to develop that foundation, if you're going to miss a big point of that, then you're going to be in a bad spot, and you can't go back up there.
Yep. Not unless the defense recalls you
Can
as a witness.
Get a really edgy simple liner?
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
And we're gonna have to talk about like PD needs to be on top of the docket and pay attention to actually calling witnesses. Because I know there was a court case recently where the PD didn't pay attention and didn't realize that the defense was the only one who called witnesses, and they called none, which means you have nothing. You can't prosecute. You have an opening argument. You can highlight evidence. And then the defense gets to go present all of their side, and then you have a closing argument, and that's it, if you didn't call a witness. So, like, you know, making sure that you call your own witnesses because you do not share. The defense can recall anyone that you call, but you can't recall them because you're supposed to go first, right?
Understood, yeah.
I'm just making sure I have this correct. So, docket procedure, courtroom procedure, courtroom etiquette, and what was the last one? Something about how to lay foundation with a witness.
How to lay foundation, and objections training. I'm essentially gonna walk you through literally like, hey, I got this guy on the stand and I want to get him to testify to this fact or to this point. I'm like, great, you can't just ask him that. You have to lay foundation and open up scope. I'm gonna walk you through how you do that. And how to use objections, because just because you can object does not always mean you should. Sometimes when I was a judge and I saw somebody object to something that was going to help them, I gave it to them to teach them a lesson, to not object. Because sometimes you can object when it hurts your case.
Yeah, and sometimes objections get like ridiculous.
Sweaty.
Yeah, it's like I would rather let things fly and just go toe to toe instead of just blocking everything.
Objection fests are really not my favorite.
They're draining.
Oh yeah, my first ever court case was who's the clown? I forgot his name.
Chatterbox?
Not Chatterbox. The clown lawyer. Moose Knuckles. And some other lady, and they were like the pre-lawyer, like lawyers in training, and every single time they just yell objection to everything.
Not to interrupt, but there is a firearms training class that is going to be a half an hour from the start of the PD law class. How long is the class going to take?
Oh, that's not enough time.
That's that's not enough time. This is going to probably be like.
How?
I'm anticipating that the time would probably be an hour to an hour and a half. Do you think we could steal people like an hour before a storm?
I mean, I don't see it as like a problem to do things split personally, but
might be an issue for some people.
Yeah, it's kind of up to how you.
Fuck it.
And there might also be officers who don't want to go to the PD law class that can go to the firearms training
class. There we go.
Okay,
you know what? Let's just do it this way. And if there's anybody who wanted to attend the law school but chooses to do the firearm training, I will just do another one.
Okay, that works. And it is in the calendar.
Fuck, I actually really want to attend the I really want to attend the firearms training.
I think you should.
I mean, we can reschedule PD law class if you want to do it Monday, so Sunday to Monday night. Wait, is that today?
Yeah, no, that's in 24 hours or whatever, 23 hours from now. Yeah, fine. I'll be ready. We'll do it tomorrow night.
Same time.
I honestly think we skip the meeting and we just do the law class.
Yeah, skip the meeting, just do law class.
Just keep everyone in here. Fuck it.
I'm literally gonna ask every single person. I'm gonna go through every single person and ask them, do you have any cases on the docket? What are they? You should know. You know what I mean? And we're gonna go through, when someone tells me I have XYZ case, I'm gonna go look and I'm gonna see if you've posted your availability and we're gonna have a discussion about that. Oh man, this is gonna make the judges so happy. So this scheduling is #1 headache for judges. #1 headache is scheduling because people will not post their fucking availability, which makes it impossible to schedule. And then people wonder, why is my docket case stuck in limbo hell? Because your witnesses have not posted availability.
I mean, honestly, if it were up to me, I would always just schedule the thing on the same day and time as the incident and be like, hey, well, you were here that day. Why can't you be here next week?
I thought there was a thing that if you arrest someone at a different time zone than where you actually are, you still have to go be around the time zone of the arrest, something like that.
That's what happens if you don't get your availability posted. And the judge gets sick of it, they're just going to schedule it at the original time of the incident because somehow you managed to be awake at that time.
Yeah, okay, that's what it was.
Same day of the week and same time because you managed to do it before. Yeah, but that's if you don't. I think Angel was telling me she just was forced to do that on a case because people were refusing to post their availability. And if you can't make it, sucks. You had opportunities to provide availability that you did not listen to. See, in my perfect world...
I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
You're fine, you broke the calendar.
Can you guys check the calendar and see if
you you fucked it. You fucked it.
All I did was edit the date, so it must just be an error in the...
Oh, yeah, I don't see any of the...
I don't see anything.
Yeah, everything just got
besides
broken.
your law school. Woohoo!
Yeah, law school class. That's all we
That's all we need. That's all we need. Who needs anything else?
We'll have to
15 of them.
MDTI guy know that.
All right, time to just reset my MDT.
Maybe that'll fix it if you reset it.
I'll try that right now.
Yeah, nope. I just changing the date just breaks it. That's all.
Yeah, I can't see anything on the calendar now.
Nice, Alice.
Good one, Alice.
Listen, you have to break things to learn how to fix them. That's fine.
True.
That'll be fine.
Did you ever take apart a remote control to see if you could put it back together?
No.
Oh, I did. And I was able to put it back together, by the way. Just throwing that out there.
Yeah, I'm on the 50 Cent quote where if it ain't broke, don't break it, you know?
If it ain't broke, don't break. What?
Can I ask you this now, since we're not, everyone's going and it's not in a dogpiling mood. Do you think that the quota system is actually going to incentivize poor policing?
Yes.
I think it's a bit of a dangerous game. I'm
on there with you where I can see the dangerous game, but I would hope that officer integrity would hold out.
Well, when it's our livelihood on the line, people get desperate and they're gonna go. So it's like, okay, well, we're 20 short on the last day, right? And then
I feel like the
problem
is that PD already feels like they're against max.
Oh, God, like the old PD used to harass the fuck out of actual civilians instead of criminals.
That's why I'm on the. So this is my thing, right? I'm an old fuck, so you're gonna hear this a lot. But back in the day, back when I was a sergeant, okay, one of the things that I've always supported was the government, right? And making sure the communication between the PD and government is always good, blah blah blah. So, this happened when the introduction of the 15% of fines was introduced, and in my personal opinion, I think that giving officers any monetary incentive at all is always going to lead to not necessarily corruption, not necessarily poor policing, because these people are doing their jobs. Like that's the issue, right? Because if you add a quota,
there's a financial incentive to stack charges.
yeah,
And that's what we're talking about.
No, not even to stack charges. There's a financial incentive to just police poorly, right? So let's say a joyriding charge, right? That out of how many points is that? Like 0.5, whatever the point is. If I catch someone in a stolen car, and let's say it's a civilian, they lockpick the car and they just need a ride, right? Poor guy doesn't have money, he needs a ride, so he stole a car. And as an officer, yes, the right thing to do would be to arrest them for joyriding, but you don't know their situation. And I think the issue that leads to will be that that an officer will do the right thing. Like, being an officer, just doing the right thing, it's officer discretion. Doing the right thing doesn't necessarily mean that it is that you should be doing it. I don't know how to word it, but
it might make selective enforcement err on the side of, let's just say, letter of the law versus spirit.
Yes, there you go. That's exactly what it is. I can't word it in fancy schmancy
No,
terms,
I figured out what you were trying to say based on our prior conversations.
Yeah,
hey,
that's
leniency is going to go through.
Yeah, which window. Listen, as an officer, it is our job. People get this confused often. It is not our job to enforce. Our priority should not be enforce the law. It should be to protect and serve, right? So
doesn't it say obey and survive on MRPD?
Likely, yeah.
Forget MRPD for a second.
I have to.
That was old times.
I need to get my phone fixed.
It's philosophical. Let's get with it.
I feel like I'm fucking missing
a
limb or something.
I think that just that leading,
like, you don't realize how much you use your phone until you can't use it.
You will have a lot of officers who are no fucks given, screw the public, instead of trying to help the public, right? Let's say someone were to accidentally say they have a kid, and they'd be like, "Oh shit, I didn't mean it, my bad." Well, I heard you say it, so now I'm going to arrest you for it. And even though it's the right thing, legally they are in the right to do that. I guess, like, ethically, it is not the right thing to do, right? That's what I see what you're saying. And it is already being presently shown that
here's what I believe though. Do you think a judge is gonna go hear somebody in a courtroom and then find them guilty?
I feel like if they just do
you
their
not have any
normal
faith in
duties,
judiciary?
no phone, no
to do their jobs and be able to tell the differences?
It's dead.
Because my only concern would be when the selective enforcement mechanism is the only thing preventing somebody who rightfully shouldn't.
Like they don't have to focus on it. When they hit the 55, they can go back to their normal.
Well, no, I'm saying that
the thing is that right now, the way it's made, right, is that
letter of the law, a
judge
judge would find
what
people guilty. But that's what I mean. Like,
I
sometimes as officers, we have to not always abide by that letter of the law.
Is the highest priority. Plus,
there is a reason why officer discretion is the thing, right?
He added the
because some people, I'm in the belief that there are some people in bad situations. And
fraud
they sometimes they can't afford to have a car, so they do
he cares so much
bad
about
things. It doesn't necessarily mean they need to go to jail for it.
Right. And like,
is it a high priority? No, it's not at all.
Okay, like when someone handed me marijuana, right? I came here to turn it in. Technically, I had possession, right? But I was handed it. I didn't want it, and I was coming to turn it into the proper authorities.
To go after
letter of the law, you should charge me with a misdemeanor possession or whatever it was, whatever they meant.
People stealing from fucking
spirit of the law. Why would you selective enforcement, right?
The mayor fucking did the same thing.
We know it's an issue.
We were trying to get misdemeanors that time when we came and gave you weed and were smoking the joints and still had more.
I know, but
you gave that away on the street. By the way,
I don't think the system inherently.
We went at the bank. We just went to the bank, saw some people.
But
I
don't think it's a big deal either.
They're like, yeah.
All right, in 1 year, I think
it's gonna be a thing that's just there, and then it's not gonna get.
But I mean, it puts us in a position like we're like morally conflicted. Hey, we're gonna be drilling into. Does he want this? Like, does like is this the case? Like, does he want to be getting tossed in right now and processed?
Like, I'm gonna fuck somebody's day off so I can hit my quota. I think they're just gonna look at it and be like,
I'll just tell you right now, if you give us the misdemeanors that we're definitely asking for when we're walking into the motor pool and smoking pot next to a cop car and trying to tell you that we're fucking
right now they're looking at it. It's a different thing. So they're upset about it.
Yeah,
they're voicing their opinions in a rude manner, mind you.
Do I want to be hit with that? Not really.
And I think, like I said, I think Max already has a reputation with a lot of people in PD, so I think that because they think he came up with it.
Yeah, but that's what I mean, right?
Or if he came up with it, people
then
already,
you have
they
someone
already
like
have.
Lenny
They're trying to get
Hawk,
it that day. Okay, yeah.
Or they're
who is like $36. I gotta fill this quota, and also the way that it is worded, when it was worded in the meeting was like, hey. Like just how misconstrued everyone took it, it shows you what they think, right? Not everyone will think that. I just think, that, how do I word it? Like, when you say, hey, these are problems happening in the city, you guys, we're giving you an incentive to handle it. People are going to take that a million different ways, and it's going to end up being hell for everybody.
It's starting to increase their
income. What I
think
should be done is that it should just
only
be arrest in
if
general.
they can lose more.
And
let's say right now they're at
all
90%,
the points
right?
should be even.
What happens if they don't meet the
or not?
Can they go down to 85?
The PD. If
or
you're
can they
keep
only go
points,
up to the point where they hit 100%?
I think they should be kept in private.
Say that
because
we
now
set
you got
the
Flop
baseline
saying, "Well, I'm just going to drop this murder case because
if they hit the quota,
if you
they
say,
get a 5% boost."
Can I tell you something right now?
If they don't hit the quota next time, they go back to 100%.
If
they
he
can't
actually
go below 100% unless they really
a murder
fuck up.
case that is a legitimate case that he is working
then
on,
I could see it working
because
in a
it's
different
not on
manner.
the quota
But
system.
I feel like it's a
if
combination
he's
of the
fit
way
to
that
be an
Max went
officer
about it.
of the
He
law.
lowered their
Did Fox
income
say
by
that?
10%.
No. He's just saying.
He said
Plus,
that.
he's
No, he
introducing
said that. He didn't
this
say.
on
I
top
don't
of
think he was
it,
going to, but he
incentivizing them to get
or
more.
not hypothetically. He said that he should.
The entire thing as a package,
right? It was a
and
deontological
is bad.
statement.
Yeah,
but it's a train of logic that I'm sure he's representing that people might be.
Yeah, I don't think Flop will actually ever do it.
Maybe not necessarily going to act on it, but it's like, oh, logic states that I should be prioritizing something else over what I'm doing.
Flop saying that felt like some real Don Failey shit. I'm gonna be real.
Yeah, I don't know what you mean.
Pinzone does.
Yeah, I know, but that's what I mean. I think it's the same thing with the fines. I will.
Can you tell him that, by the way? Can you tell Flop I said that statement was some real Don Failey shit?
Yes, I will.
They can go over. No, they can. That's the point. Is that they can go over. But it's just I feel like it's a combination of everything going together.
It even happened. It was my concern back when the 15% of fines were introduced.
No, I look. Judges get 15%, and there was a specific reason why in the Old Republic, when we did big billings, right, for large amounts, that we did not bill. We could bill two different ways. We could bill them to their PayPal or to their state ID. One of them paid the amount, and the other one did not pay a cut. And whenever it was over a certain, whenever it was for certain things, we never made money on that. Okay, because we very strongly felt that judges should not be incentivized. On fulfilling those functions.
But that will always listen. Money is the root of all evil. So
I agree. Fully.
If we're being honest, I always disagreed with the 15% of fines. I've always disagreed with, I disagree with this quota system to an extent, which is more like, hey, it should be, if there are extra points for stuff, it should not be known by the PD. Because, as much as you could give faith on people, at the end of the day, people are human and they're fighting for their lives.
What about happy medium? As long as we document the leniency, we could possibly get, some assistance with it. So say it's not a processed incident, it's just something that's documented.
I think it'd just be better if we didn't know about it. I mean,
I understand. Well,
that's what I mean. Is like they were put down to 90% from the get-go, and then they have a fucking carrot.
It's like, okay, I was going to charge this guy with joyriding, but he says his friends and blah blah blah.
You can get back your 10% if you just do this. It's like I said, the entire package
an incident up
as a whole is what is probably
back and notice it's processed. Be like, oh, leniency was shown, but this is a documentation for further possible whatever. and then just I don't know.
It might lead to clutter and reports, I think, because a lot of
I'm just gonna say this right now. If you don't have transparency on like points or whatever, right? If you don't actually have transparency on that, it's just gonna feel to people like they're given out arbitrarily, which is going to create feelings of resentment or favoritism, etc., or breeding animosity. It is people in power have to be held to higher higher standards of transparency in order to provide accountability to the public at large for that power, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Keeping things secret is really, really, really bad.
I think.
Oh yeah, Alice, I got you.
Yeah,
Thank you. I'll make an announcement for it since.
I think.
Thank you, Alice, superstar.
I think at that point it should be every arrest is 1 point then, or just however many points you want to match. But I think it should be every charge is whatever amount of points for whatever amount you want to get total. If it's met, it's met. If it's not, it's not. Because the cat's out of the bag, right? But you did tell everyone it is subject to change. So I think the best way to do it was to add every charge and make it all an even amount. So it's just, it is not noticeable. There's no crimes being targeted, anything like that. Because that's my main issue.
Wasn't the point that these are crimes that are like in high rate right now to like prioritize?
They're of big importance. They're of big importance to pay attention to, right? So let me
next week, if we succeed in these quotas,
they're probably going to change.
Different, right?
Yeah,
like,
it'll
it's just
change.
Like anything else, when you have a quota for the month, like that's your priority. Like,
thank you. Yes.
No. That's what I'm saying.
It's essentially based on whatever the fucking flavor of the fucking week crime shit is.
What?
Yeah, I just think I do agree, and I do think they are problems. But I think I don't know. I just think incentivizing it is a bad idea. Maybe just mentioning it in the meeting, like, "Hey, we're having this many things happen." Talking to the chief.
Well, in this case, right, we didn't incentivize it where it's like on I think a corruptible level when it comes in terms of like billing someone for 15%, right? Mm-hmm. This is to affect the PD's hourly wages as a whole for all of you. So you are all in the same boat rather than somebody trying to gain individual advantage, right?
Yeah.
Because an individual advantage is where I would say like is where you start getting to like the SEC defines a conflict as interest as pretty much whenever you act fucking selfishly. If you're acting selfish, it's a conflict.
Yeah, I think that the thing is though that I think in this, in this circle right now, right? I think me, McMahon, and Alice, and maybe some other officer it is going to not be an issue, and it's not. I'm not complaining about it now. I'm not. Obviously I have my thoughts about it, but if it stays, I'm going to deal with it, right? Like that's not a big deal. Like I just think that especially now the PD is recruiting so many people and we have a decent amount of people as well that there will be bad apples and there will be people that take it the wrong way. So I don't like taking risk, right? So I think that trying to eliminate that, idea from that situation from even happening would be really good, right? Like if Barrick just came up to us and he's like,
this is why
hey, I'm getting reports, or Dakota, whoever, and he's like, hey, I'm getting reports from the mayor's office, sanitation is being robbed pretty often, the mayor's office is requesting that we patrol this area more often. That would be a better way to put the message across rather than, hey, we're going to get paid more if we do this rather than protecting the people.
I don't see that happening ever this time of day.
Yeah. I mean, obviously it's abroad, but like it would be received more well if Alice was like, hey, how about for this shift we all patrol up north and we stop the bootleggers, or how about we get this half of the PD going here. I think that would be taken a bit better, and it wouldn't lead to officer discretion being a bit more harsh on the civilian population, right? It's more like we solve the problem ourselves between our department, because that should be the job of the mayor's office, right? It should be
I just want to say right now, can I commend you for your ability to politely and civilly voice your disagreement and discuss the reasons why in a respectful, normal, fucking human manner.
Thank you.
It's so much. It is so much appreciated to actually be able to have this sort of discussion, right? This sort of like a civil discourse, as opposed to, I don't know, walking the fuck out of the room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that happened. That happened, everybody.
It's a very political type of thing, and some people are very polarized.
Okay, but
politics.
like also have some. I mean,
some classy.
I'm here talking about this. This wasn't my decision, but I am standing by my man.
Yeah. That's why my main concern will always be, especially because it's always happened with government. I think monetary incentives for police will always be a bad thing, and it's not even. It will be a bad thing for us as the executive branch, as you would say. It's just a bad thing for the public. And as much as I could just sit on a high horse and be like, I don't care, they're all criminals. We're not in the old republic anymore. Like, these are people that are working 9-to-5 jobs, and they have reasons. You know, just because you commit a crime doesn't mean you're a bad person, right? And you know, in the old days, everyone would say, "Oh, you do a crime, bad person, go to jail," right? But the whole point, especially, you know, I was brought into this PD by Captain Turner, and he's definitely influenced my morals a lot when it comes to that. And I think that, you know, his point is pretty, you know, treating the public as if they're all civilians, you know, actually innocent before proven guilty. It's a big change, right? And I think he brings a good point with that. And that's why.
Can I tell you something that's like kind of a secret?
What?
I didn't know about this shit either until Max presented it in the meeting, and I've heard everything everybody else has fucking said. Like, right, I like, as far as everyone in there, I didn't hear anything about that prior. I had no idea. Michael and I heard the exact same information. But I was expected to go up there and speak on it. Oh my god. And then,
well, he did give you the option
somebody
not to.
But
I feel like
sure he did, but then he would have gone up there and maybe butchered it, and I still would have gotten even worse questions.
Yeah.
He would have been hearing the information secondhand. So like that was not really a real option, Michael. I swear to God.
That just give you shit. I feel like it would have been a loss nonetheless. Like, I feel like the only people that should have presented it in the first place was either been Max directly or the people that were there, the high command that heard what was presented.
Yeah, I don't think you should be catching flack for it.
No,
at
I
all.
feel like, again, like I said, when you were dealt a shitty hand from the start, and I feel like it was a very hard thing to even win.
You're all right. I think people can read with them if they're decent enough fucking cops. They'd understand that, hey, this was not a program you spearheaded.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a combination of a lot of things. I feel like a lot of people in PD thinks Max has an agenda towards the PD in a bad way, and I feel like that's why, like, these things, when they're presented, is that they're taking them at face value as a negative thing, just assuming that this is the worst for the cops as well, or for them.
It's kind of like it's a little clouded. It's like, hey, you're getting let's be real. Whether $1, fucking 150 or whatever it is, it's a reduction in pay is de-incentivizing,
and
then
you have to carry
the incentive would be to get better tools, which we can't even buy new cars yet. So we have the money that we're sitting on that we're trying to get tools to catch these guys. So a lot of these incidents are going to go flying away on the fucking freeway that we can't even handle. So it's kind of rough in a sense that, with the tools we can be more effective and make this happen more often. But, if we can't get it, then, it's a different story.
Hey, Pinzone, have you told anybody about, what you got in your car?
He did tell me yesterday.
Okay, did he tell you where it came from?
He did.
All right, I was curious.
I don't know. I'm lost on this.
Tell him.
Sorry, what happened?
Pinzone, I was asking. Did you? Alice said yeah, but I was asking you. I'm like, did you tell everybody what you got in your car? Where it came from?
Oh, I got a rocket ship thing from Japan. The turbo.
Yeah, where's it from? Who got that? How'd you get that? There,
Max.
What do you do?
Well,
what do you do for you?
I don't know. You bought it.
You purchased it, yeah, because you needed one. And now, how fast does your car go when it comes to being able to catch people?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Can't put it on the lot fucking faster, isn't it? Though.
I mean, I would go source it. I have no problem finding this shit. It's just, we've been out of stock of police vehicles for over two
cops
plus
are
weeks
out of
at this
stock
point.
too?
So I can't even buy a Scout to juice it up to go chase these things that are really fast or whatever. But so it's like I'm sitting on the money. I got over like $100,000 right now, ready to buy one and throw all the upgrades in it. But I just we can't even do it at the moment. So there is a bit of a bottleneck there, and I know a bunch of people are waiting. So that Slacks has brought it up a few times, but
yeah, before Max even mentioned or got the turbo for me, I'll be honest, I was hard against the turbos. I did not like them. I still don't.
You didn't know. You didn't know.
Well, no, I heard about them, and I know that they were in civilian cars, but I do not like having to put that into a police car. You know what I mean? That's, I don't know. It doesn't feel right. Even
it's literally you have to fucking keep up. What do you mean?
Yeah,
you literally have to keep up. You need it.
Yeah, I know. I know that we're the situation we're in. We need it. I just don't like it.
Yeah, I understand that.
Even my Taurus didn't want it.
I remember your explanation. You're like, back in the day, my copper car was the best kind of car. You couldn't get better car with money.
And these things won't get stolen nearly as often if everyone owns their own vehicle, because then we can track them. So like if a car goes missing, we track immediately. You see it down Mosley, we can go chase that thing down real fast. But with these shares cars, even if we do upgrade them, if they go missing, we can't get it. They're gonna get chopped up. Well, no, we can't have somebody just sitting down in Mosley all day.
I mean, why not? Why don't you guys do more sting ups? I know it's not. Can I say something? I'm high.
Waiting for the Duncan to arrive. I fucking hope.
No, it's not poggers, but like sting ups work.
Well,
You pew pew chase.
I think
I agree.
Pew 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 pew.
Which drugs are? I mean, I'm surprised that we weren't really talked to about like some of the really rampant things that keep happening, like weed sales. I don't know of a lot of busts that are happening with weed, and I know that's going on like crazy. Like that.
Bro, where are the joints at?
I don't know. In your hand.
Why I gotta roll my own? Why can't I get any pre-rolls? Like where are the pre-rolls at, yo?
But if I were look on yeah, we got one sale. There's something going on up in Sandy. That's about it so far. But only those are pretty rampant. And like I don't like. Yeah, we're going after the moonshiners, but what about the weed sellers? I feel like that is a big one too. That's kind of going overlooked.
We had bootlegging on there for the moonshine stuff. What you're saying for weed? Weed should be on there.
Days.
You know why? Because marijuana's not that bad. You know what we are working on instead? And this is probably why it's not there. Cantor myself, I'm working on scheduling drugs. So fucking condensing all the fucking charges into a drug schedule. Like schedule 1 versus schedule 2. So things with the recognized medicinal purpose. So I might be changing some things around. That's all I'm saying.
Well, what about so
wait.
I mean
so
moonshine is just
gonna order some shit on Amazon and then fuck this.
You know what Dubsack is?
No.
I'm gonna order a different monitor and then return the one I have here.
So come on.
No. Dubsack, you said?
Oh my god.
Wait, Dubsack, like a bag of weed?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay, you know what a Dubsack is, Liam?
I don't.
I've
oh my
picked
god.
up a lot of the lingo.
I just needed you to. I just needed one person to say that. I just needed one person to say Dubsack.
I mean, I've heard it called,
Dime bag.
Dime bag, yeah, Dubsack,
yeah. Dime bag, Dubsack. Okay, thank you. Okay, I was made fun of for that. I was mocked endlessly.
I've never.
Well, I get it. I mean, I've heard a lot, being around the streets for a while, especially when you're on the beat dealing with handoffs all day. But
It's been 84 years.
I forgot, I lost my train of thought.
I'm sorry, I cut you off with
Yeah,
my
you were
note.
saying that there weren't people facing, like there weren't officers going to call drug sale calls.
Oh, moonshine. Yeah, moonshine. So
yeah.
prohibition happened a lot more than legalization of weed. A lot. I mean, moonshine running is like prohibition all over again, which I feel like is even more archaic than, you know, allowing
unregulated
for weed
alcohol is nasty.
Yeah. I mean, I found this out the other day, but apparently the distilleries are
you guys and your
illegal
fucking tax
they are not
after
taxed.
tax is fucking dumb.
Fun fact.
Oh, still destruction is 2.5 quota points. Just throwing it there. Bootlegging is 1 quota point
per site, right?
Yeah, per
Because I mean, we can find 10 of them, and that'd be 25 points. But yeah, I got you.
Yep. I mean, have you guys been in the sewers?
No. That sounds well. Actually, I have been there once because someone was hurt over by the sewers by the art gallery that's still not open yet.
Oof, we could fucking go crazy on the sewers. Oh,
Well,
we need
I'm
just
gonna.
You can now.
What? You can now.
Is
Yeah,
it,
and I would
is it
actually
charging there?
advise.
Is felony?
Yeah, it's felony trespassing. If you catch anybody down there.
It's already, yes, it's a thing now.
Yeah, it's already.
Can we make part of our patrol?
If you want to. Like, so here's the thing, right now.
I heard there's I heard there might be some quota points down there too.
Is there?
Yeah. I mean, we could go down there and that place has always been like an iffy one for me. But I mean, I'm okay if all we got to do is, you know, pop a manhole, fucking go down there, and then just start running around, fucking looking for people. I mean,
how would we even get into those manholes?
I would be 50-50 on popping the manhole for now until if it becomes a bigger issue. I think for now, like,
what if one's open?
Then you know somebody's down there and you just wait for their ass.
Oh, true. Well, unless they left at that.
Yeah, because there's people living in the sewers in a different manner. So that's why, like, that's why I brought it up in the first place, Siobhan, as well. Like, I don't.
That's why it's a.
We just want, you know, people to be less fucking obvious about being trying to go down there. Honestly.
Well, listen, that's what I said about officer discretion, right? That it is.
Yeah.
Just because they're just because they live, you know, they're felony trespassing in the sewers. What if they live there and they have no other home? That's exactly why I don't like this quota. Because what's stopping an officer if felony trespassing is a quota?
That's not on here. That's not a quota item.
Oh yeah. But I'm saying if it is eventually, that what's stopping someone from just walking inside the sewers and then just arresting everybody, right?
We're not gonna do that.
Yeah,
that's a straw man because we're not gonna do it.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. That's the kind of thinking that we should try to stop, right?
Yeah, people need to stop employing logical fallacies in their logic because they're fallacies. I would agree.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to be honest. If an
we're
officer
going to cover that in law school. Sorry, go ahead, Alice.
Well, I'm just going to be honest. If an officer did something like that, that would become like a command conversation, right? Of like,
yeah,
yes, we can, but should we?
Yeah.
And, kind of like understanding the difference between that, because we just need officers to understand things like that, right? And if they don't understand that, then that's like a conversation that needs to be had.
Yeah, the thing is, yes, that is true. But like I said with the quota thing, once they do it, okay, how do I word this? Let's say I arrest someone for felony trespassing because I walked into the sewers on my own accord and I arrest them, they're fine, billed, all that, right? They already suffered the consequence. That is the problem. Yes, you can tell me afterwards that's a bad thing, don't do it. But they already got fined, they already got charged.
I mean, what's the damn difference of somebody charging someone inappropriately and then us figuring it out later in that same conversation?
Oh, that happens. It
happens all the time.
I'll say that there was an idea posed. It was like, oh, officers are just going to be, doing things, we'll just say, too gung-ho, right? A little bit too feisty, right? And it's going to incur a bunch of civil lawsuits. And you know what my response was? DOJ up a good then. Let it get sorted out where it should be sorted out if people do that. If they have the proclivity already to do so, then I mean, it's not that different from like the old definition that we used to have for entrapment. That like if they were likely to commit it anyway, then it's not entrapment.
Yeah, I don't know.
How are you tracking all this, by the way? You're going to go through every incident after every week?
Yup. Okay. An image that Alice has a copy of.
It's an announcement. You can see it, Liam. It's already
cool.
put up the announcement for
you drew it up?
Mm-hmm.
Siobhan.
Okay, good shit.
If you look in that, in that image, it specifically says that audit of PD reports by mayor required for review. Yeah.
Wait, so actually, Mrs. Simone,
we're gonna be going through those incident reports, and we're gonna be tallying shit up.
Okay. Yeah, but since you mentioned it, what is I guess now since you're here and you mentioned it, what is the ideal situation where we should arrest someone for trespassing in the sewer?
If you see them go into the sewer or out the sewers.
Okay, but not actually going inside and start kicking people out.
Well, I mean, if we see someone go in there, I mean, I don't see a big deal following them down, but it's more.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Do you want us to go running after them, or do you want us to like just wait outside for them to come out?
I would personally wait outside. I feel like if we start chasing them down into the sewers, it's a rabbit hole.
Yes, that's exactly why I want to clear that definition.
Yeah,
like what you would want.
I'm fine with bringing it forward to see if it. So the thing is, like this came about because people are cooking moonshine in the sewers, and they can't seem to do it right. So that shit, like, it keeps exploding, which is causing property damage.
Yeah.
So, and obviously we don't want that. But for now, we were talking about just having it as trespassing. So if you see somebody go into the sewers or leaving the sewers, and it's easy to spot because people fucking drive up there, leave their car, take a box of whatever from their fucking trunk, and then proceed to head down into the sewers.
Okay.
They're being that's blatantly obvious about it.
If they're cooking moonshine in the sewers and blowing up, I mean, we have to get down there. Otherwise, like, we have to destroy these things.
Yeah, I just think we're invading in people's communities.
Yeah, it's a slippery slope.
Yeah,
very slippery slope.
Yeah, that it is.
Because it's
but that's why I'd rather get it set like what you think would be good, rather than us running in there after someone and then seeing more than what we should.
Yeah, no, I think for now it's just waiting. Like,
just wait outside the hole.
Post up, or just wait or drive by, and if you see somebody go in and out, you just fucking.
Okay, and what about if, you're saying these stills explode? What about if we are?
You can literally hear the explosions in City Hall like all day.
Yeah. That's what I mean. What do we do in those scenarios? Like, let's say an explosion happens down in the sewers. Do you want us going down there to investigate it, or would you rather just let EMS go? Like, it would be good to get this a bit set in stone so it doesn't lead to bad things happening to the wrong people, right?
Yeah, I will bring this up at next meeting and just get a general idea of what we want. Because again, I don't. There's a limit to how much I want to intrude, but I also think because moonshine is illegal, and the stills should be removed and destroyed. But at the same time, do we go as far as we go into the sewers to do it, or should we just leave it at that? Yeah, it's gonna bring
a big riot to the public if all the homeless people are kicked out.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, in a hot pursuit situation where you're following somebody and they go in the sewer, we have to follow that. There's
if that's the case, if you're pursuing somebody, they run into the sewers, then
if we bump into a still on the way, then that's a different story. That's on them, and then they can sort themselves out down there.
Yeah.
I meant more like, let's say I see someone walk in. I'm not going to go walking in after them, right?
No, actively going down there just to seek out and destroy stills is probably off the table for now.
Yeah,
that is good.
I think proactively, I think
I think that 100% that is the way it should be done.
Yeah.
Because then we're going to have a bunch of, all poop-filled people in front of Mission Road complaining.
Yeah.
That's probably not a good Probably going to be flinging shit out our window.
Yeah, we don't want that. All right, I'm going to have to wrap this up.
Okay.
Go to bed.
That's good chat. Good chat.
I appreciate the conversation.
Yep.
Yeah, if you guys do have anything, like I said, just kind of come together, talk about it, and bring it forward to either Nakota or one of your superiors or one of you, and just present it to us at the next meeting on Saturday.
Someone needs to kick Dakota in the nuts and be like, hey, you need to start getting fucking cross communication to other shifts.
Yeah, I don't think he needs to kick in the nuts. I think he just might need some guidance because to be fair, he's been.
I told you, I think he's in a catch-22.
Yeah, I
feel like it's not a good position.
No, and I feel like just I don't know. We probably should just talk to him as well to see like where his head is at. Like, has he made any? You know, has he tried to reach out to people? Do people reach out to him just before we start? Because that's what people keep doing to Max. Is like they complain about Max, but they don't talk to him.
Yeah,
I
feel like people need to just have more like one-on-one conversations.
Yeah. So I can talk to Nakoda. I see him quite often, just to hear him out. And then we'll kind of go from there. But yeah, just bring it forward to us. Again, feedback is always appreciated as long as it's actually brought to us, not on Twitter or, you know, behind our backs.
The meetings,
yeah. So, all right. Well, appreciate you guys' time.
Thank you.
You're gonna go tonight. You're gonna go sleep now.
Ish.
Ish.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, you're invited to come to the law school tomorrow.
What time?
Yeah, you might need it in case you go to court, I guess.
Well, I'm already a better lawyer than a lot of other people. She knows that.
Yeah, you know, he's actually great at arguing. I could use a a special guest feature. Volunteer.
What time is that?
Like around the same time this meeting was in.
Oh, fuck me. Okay.
Tomorrow.
Yep. I'll see what I can do.
Okay. Cool. Awesome.
All
We're
right.
gonna do like a little mini trial thing, okay? And I need you to be a witness.
Okay.
Cool.
All right. Well, you guys need us to let you out?
Yes, please.
I'm gonna try to invoke some ride-along privileges.
Well, not with me tonight. I have golfing.
You have fun with that.
Oh, you have a quota to meet.
Yeah.
I'm joking.
I'm
joking.
good on that. Thank you, Mr. Simone.
Is she coming with, or is she gonna stay in there? No, I just think it's always unfair to wait, let me just call her real quick. Do you want the keys to the car? Or are you fine?
No, I'm fine. I'm good. I'm fine.
All right. Well,
thank you for offering. That was very kind.
No, you're welcome. All right, I'll probably see you tomorrow.
I'll see you tomorrow. Yeah, you're gonna be around?
Yeah, that's the plan.
Cool. Yeah. All right, let's do stuff.
All right.
All right.
See you then.
Talk to you then.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right. I bought monitor. I'm gonna wake up tomorrow. I'm gonna take my phone into you break it, I fix it. I think it's called or some shit. And then we'll be around tomorrow. I should be all set up again, so... Guess this point system is to help PD... Wait, what? Guessing this point system is to help PD service their vehicles. If so, why not just pool money together now? The point system has nothing to do with pooling or to service the vehicles. The point system or the quota system is to incentivize pressure points and to have a focus on those pressure points. Tomorrow, or 12, 14 hours? It is probably gonna be like 12, 14 hours from now. Oh, and what she meant? Yeah, that's like 22 hours from now. I don't particularly like the quota system. Again, like I said earlier, in my opinion, people will kind of look at it and then they might just fucking ignore it. But I don't know. All right, chat. I'm gonna dip. Appreciate you all. Like I said, I will be back tomorrow. So thank you so much for hanging out. I appreciate all of you. But yeah, I will see you guys tomorrow. If not, enjoy the rest. Or later. If not, then enjoy the rest of your weekend. Yeah. Bye bye.